Good afternoon, Planet Earth GAPE-TV. And now for the show.
All right. Yo, good afternoon.
Planet Earth, GAPE-TV.
All right.
The only afternoon show that's filmed in the morning but aired at night.
About tomorrow's news.
Next year's news.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my co-host Dominic Leonelli.
Thanks, you guys. Well, okay, here we go. Yeah.
You can follow Dom at Dom of NYC and Dom's Details.
Cool. Yeah, the YouTube is Dom's Details. Instagram is Dom of NYC. Thank you. And there's Amy J Jams. What's yours, Amy? Do you have the Instagram and YouTube's the same?
Yeah.
Of course, we got our GAPE TV. That's Good Afternoon, Planet Earth GAPE.
Yes. Right below our Instagram handles, please follow us. I think the most generous thing people could do for artists right now in this weird time is to just follow us and maybe support us with a like. We don't want money. That'd be nice. But no, we're not. We just simply want you guys to follow and support us. So
yeah. We don't want money. We need it. I want to do a quick shout out to the shirt I'm wearing. This is actually a friend of mine designed this shirt, and I get a lot of compliments on it.
Aww.
In Harlem. I just went to the juice spot that says fam and money, like family and money, the two most important things. But yeah, I was at the juice store and the guy asked who it was, and he wants to buy a bunch of them, sell them in Harlem, and the guy's from Youngstown. My friend, small business, he made it, invested, and yeah, so it was cool. I was wearing this shirt. I love these shirts. I've had this shirt for 2 years. Great.
So their durability, they've got durability.
Yeah, durable.
No,
the
cool.
hoodies are great. It's a great all-around thing.
I like the message too because, like, if you've got your fam and money, then you're set. You don't need anything but family and money.
Yeah, that's all he needs. I mean, maybe health, but let's be real here.
Ooh, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my God, fam, money, and health.
But if you got money, you got health.
That is true. Oh yeah.
It just depends on how much money you got. If you got millions, you got health.
Oh yeah. That is hands down for sure. So what's been going on in your life right now?
I've been doing these videos, these YouTube videos, and learning to edit a little bit. But the videos are Dom Ross, and it's like Bob Ross, but I paint crime scenes. And it's been fun. I'm also painting, like, my whole life I haven't painted since high school, and I'd always start to paint and be like, this is trash. I'm having a blast. Yeah, I'm having so much fun.
And you legit paint it, or is it kind of like a stick figure?
No, I legit do some painting. I feel like I'm getting better. I don't do faces that good, so a lot of my people are turned around in the picture. It's all crime scenes.
Oh my gosh, that is funny. Also, what I'm learning with art is that it's not even about being realistic in your art, but it's how you paint it. It's your style. There's realism art, and then there's abstract, and it's like, as long as it has that personality to it, it doesn't necessarily have to be good. Like, I've been getting into like, I love New Yorker cartoons, and some of them, they're not like realism, drawings or sketches, but what matters is, like, it's got personality, how someone draws. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's interesting. I know I like all kinds of art, but I could definitely tell when something looks bad. I'm like, hey, listen, give it up. But I see when people get good at putting their personality in there. Right now, my stuff looks terrible, but I feel like I'm getting better. I start off just painting lines.
Oh, I mean, it starts with the basics,
I'm watching a lot of Bob Ross. Actually, Bob Ross could teach you how to paint.
Oh, legit. Yeah, I know. I wish when I was a kid, I got more into like physical art, but I just had low self-esteem about art from the get-go. I would draw stick figures and be like, this is terrible. And then I just never tried. But I'm like, that's a really cool thing to be good at, art.
Yeah, no, you know what's funny? I was the same exact way with my art. I loved to draw, but I never wanted to show anybody, and everybody wanted to see, and that became a thing like, oh, Father's Thompson, grab my little art book and stuff. So I just draw pictures, and I remember I just like want to throw them out or like be like, and then I just stopped doing it altogether. Or like in general, like, you know, people like same thing with poetry, I guess. Like, remember, like, I don't know if you ever wrote poetry. I wrote poetry and somebody found my poetry book and I was like with one of my friends. I was so embarrassed. But with me with art is I don't know if it was laziness or I didn't believe in myself. I thought it was a waste. I don't know what it was, but for some reason I didn't do it. Maybe it was low self-esteem. And now it's like,
Yeah.
what a waste.
You
What type of
know,
art would you? Oh,
oh my god, I was just thinking about this today because I was listening to to music while I was in the shower and I was singing and I was like, I forgot I'm not gonna curse. Darn,
that's
I love
cool.
to sing. No, and so I always wait to bust out my voice at karaoke, and I think about how I regret not trying. But the thing is, here's the moment that shattered my dream. When I would sing, my whole family would laugh at me when I was a kid. I'd be like, la, la, la. And my mom, dad, and sister would all point at me and be like, you're flat. Ah, stop singing. And
Uh,
after that, I just never sung. But then right when I was home alone as a kid, I would put on music. I would be like, are they gone? Are they gone? And all I would do when I was home alone was blast music and sing.
oh
Um,
wow.
and then my voice would be unleashed. Back and I'm like, I regret not shining and developing it because a voice you got to develop. I mean, it's not naturally. Some people it's natural, but also it's an instrument. Your voice, and you do have to warm it up a bit.
Yeah. So hey, but that's a real thing. So you sing in the shower?
Sometimes, yeah. If I'm home alone, but like if I'm not, then I get embarrassed.
I never really knew anybody that really did it. That's funny to me. Like that's crazy because you see it on TV all the time. I wonder like who does that? That's crazy. That's
I
pretty
stereotype
cool.
myself. I sing in the shower.
Yeah. I don't know. I just talk to myself and I hate to say it. I don't know what the hell's the matter with me. I guess work.
Not at all. I mean, that's where the best ideas are formed. Why is that? Why do so many great ideas come in the shower?
I know. I
You
don't
notice that?
know. Yeah, you're right. Einstein says that too.
Wow. I mean, I wish that I had a like waterproof chalkboard in the shower so when I thought of an idea, I could be like, "Oh, write that down." I
I
mean,
know.
I wish that water wasn't so wasteful. They should invent something where it takes the water and it like, it just it recycles the water so you could take a shower just for the idea aspect, like a think tank shower.
Uh,
But like so the water doesn't waste. I feel really bad taking long showers. But for the sake of like an idea generation, like if I could be in a shower for hours, I would come up with the best stuff.
like one of those fountains that regenerates the water.
Yes, that way, you're not wasting water or I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool though. I always wished I could sing. I tried and I just never really knew how to sing. I was terrible at karaoke. I couldn't read the damn thing. Like when a song comes up,
So yeah, sometimes the lines go so fast and I'm like, wait a minute, pause.
and sometimes the words are they come some complicated ones. You got to read them before
Yeah.
they come out or at the same time.
Oh yeah.
I know
Mm.
even some songs, there's songs that I've been singing for years, and then I finally figure out that they say something else. Have you ever did that? Like, I used
Yes.
to not understand certain songs. Like, why would they say that? Then I'd get it like years later. I'd just be walking down the street, like, oh, they're not saying that. That's what they're saying. Like,
Yes.
I can't think of one for an example, but like,
Um, there's this one Taylor Swift song called Blank Space, and she goes, got a long list of long lost lovers or something, but I thought she was saying, got a list of Starbucks lovers.
yeah, that's funny. Yeah, there was one that said, it was like a ludicrous song, I think, and he used to say, I still don't know what he was saying. Weed on the tongue. Oh no, here goes one. There's this rapper, Currency the Hot Spitter, and I used to think he was called Currency the Hospital for 3 years or something. I don't know, but yeah, just mishear
Yes,
things. It's
I
crazy
know.
when you see the words with it.
I know. Or even like as I was a kid, I remember hearing song lyrics and thinking of it literally before I knew what metaphors were. Like when I was like 5, hearing Eye of the Tiger, and I would be like, it's the eye of the tiger. Like I would point, but I didn't know it was a metaphor for like determination. I don't
Yeah,
know. What the heck is the eye of the tiger? Do you know what
yeah,
the heck it means?
really.
Like determination, focus.
Yeah, the eye of the tiger. You gotta really want it. You gotta really, really want it. I would say I got the eye of the tiger for comedy right now.
Heck yeah.
I
You
think
got
it's one of those with these videos anyway. It's something like I used to put off making these videos forever, and now I'm like, hey, I'll sit down. I have 30 hours in a video, and it barely got any traction, but it's like, hey, it was a learning lesson.
so true. I know exactly what you mean. Like, yeah, I want to work on my writing, so I've been writing and then I've been like filming it for YouTube. I have this thing called like What a Weird Week. So I want to do it weekly just to get good at my writing. But the thing is, the dang thing takes me so long to edit that by the time I release it, it's not topical anymore.
Right.
So it's like, oh, I mean, in a world, it'd be cool for creatives to just create and have like the production aspect. I mean, it is creative editing.
Yeah, the thing I like about the editing is now I'm in charge. Like, there's so many sketches that I did where you say the funny line and they don't use it. And you're like, bro, that was a gold line. And then you use this just regular thing of me saying, okay, when I just gave you but the editing, you get to choose. But yeah, it is like, I'd rather work firsthand with an editor, like have you almost need these editors to be like your right hand person nowadays.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, one time I listened to a podcast and they like edited what I said like out of order and they used it for clickbait.
Um,
Yeah, they took it out of context and then headlined it that I hate something and I was like, what? It kind of annoyed me because that comes up with my SEO. Like search engine optimization, if you Google my name, it'll come up with that podcast and then that I hate. I don't want to say because love the person, that I was on the podcast with, grateful for that, but I didn't like their editing tactics. My point is it's nice we do this podcast, we can edit it how it's supposed to. We don't pull
yeah.
we're not a one trick pony for clickbait.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out that clickbait. There's more of a respectful, creative way to do it. I think
Yeah.
it's like low ball comedy and the other way. Some people go low with it. I do see that. How about how you see some people just are like, all right, well, it's comedy's not making it, so I'm just gonna show myself naked. you know,
Yeah, I've definitely seen that.
it's all about clickbait. I seen this thing, craziest stunts. There was these people climbing skyscrapers all over on YouTube to get
Wow.
views. I seen one 2 years ago. A guy fell off of one. Unfortunately passed away, and he was doing it to make money for a surgery for his mother too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so sad.
But these people climb skyscrapers for
Yeah.
views, and you should see it. It's insane.
It really is. I think it goes to show you, sorry guys, I'm just taking this off. I think it goes to show you that social media is getting out of hand and people are becoming so desperate for clicks and likes for the algorithm. Like there's so many people who died falling off a cliff for Instagram.
Wow. See, I never think about that. I was just watching some Rogan on like, I don't know, whatever. And it was him on talking about like Google and kind of talking about SEOs or searches, saying how long it takes YouTube and all these things, and how Twitter spiked because Twitter got more addicting when they added who's following you aspect. So people
Ugh.
kept coming back every day, like, oh, who's following me on Twitter? So they seen, oh, people want to get famous, and they say, well, TikTok now, they designed TikTok to get people famous at a young age. Like they explained how like Ashton Kutcher was one of the first social media celebrities or whatever, and how when he hit 1 million followers, it was a huge deal how he could talk to 1 million people. And now there's kids 9 years old with 10 million followers, and they're like, should this be a thing? Should there be children with this many followers?
What do you feel? Sorry. What do you think about that? Do you think it's a good thing for these kids to get famous at a young age or a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing.
I
You know,
agree.
I think it's a bad thing for two reasons. One, no child should have too much power. I mean, some of these kids are actually making money, making their parents' mortgage payments. So, they're probably doing whatever they got to do. And then two is like, you shouldn't have an audience that big to persuade when you're that young. That's what they were kind of talking about on the show. Like, if I just say I had 13 million followers and I just told them all something fake and I was real passionate about it, some of them might believe it,
Oh, yeah. These kids really look up to these influencers. Like, kids love Charli D'amelio and
Addison
I
Rae.
think, yes, and they're not problematic whatsoever. They do their little dance moves and stuff. However, when it gets to doing advertising on their channel, it's like, okay, no different than Nickelodeon hiring Charli D'amelio to model like a ball or whatever teens play
Yeah.
with these days.
Uh-huh.
But in terms of safety for them, I think it's really dangerous because you got to find your voice on social media. Finding your voice on stage is way different than finding it on social media from my experience, because it has to be aesthetic, it has to be, spelled right, it has to flow a certain way. But I think also you should be allowed to say stuff and then reel it in. But if you're already at 10 million followers, once you say stuff, it's in the system for life. That's it.
Right.
It's embedded in life. You do not have any wiggle room for learning that you said something not okay.
Yeah. And some of
Like,
these people, I was going to say, some of these people, when you look back on them, they've been doing this for a long time. Like some of these social media stars have YouTube videos of them when they were like 7. So did they
yeah,
ever even experience childhood?
so true.
Like if this is
And
what they played with.
And it is their parents. It's not them. You can't tell me a 7-year-old knows how to edit, hashtag, do SEO
Right.
properly, and write a description. That's all the parents. So the parents are using the kid for internet fame when it's like you can't properly give your authorization at that young age because you can't really comprehend the cause and effect of it.
Yeah. And it's like also when you are doing that, I don't think the kid's gonna become any sort of normal way. That's too messed up. Kids need to go
Yeah.
be kids, like go outside, go eat some dirt, make friends, be bored. Don't be like, you got like, I have a friend. How about this? I know somebody that when their child was like 2 or 3, they're from my hometown. They moved to New York. They moved to LA. They tried to make it happen. They couldn't make it happen. They moved back home. And their thing was, hey, I started too late. I started too late. They had a child, and the child was 2, and they had the child out doing things. And now the child's like a commercial actor at like
Wow.
4. And it's just acting is the child's life. And I do see, I see the little child on TV, but it's like, that like on the 4, it's not even the kid's choice, but who knows?
Yeah. When I was a kid, my mom sent me to acting classes, and that's where I got the bug. The thing is, I grew up in Jersey, so New York City's not too far away, but my dad worked during the daytime, so she was afraid to bring me into the city to do like commercial or auditions by herself with 2 young kids. I was aware that I wanted to do it. I was begging my mom. I was like, Mom, please let me sign with this talent agent. Please, please let me get my headshots. And I was really close to doing it all, but my mom just felt too timid to go in the city by herself with 2 young kids. But I will say I was fully conscious and I was totally willing. So I guess it depends on the kid. But then again, I was like 5. 5 versus 2 is a little, who knows? Who
Yeah,
knows what the right thing is? There's no book of parenting, but I do know there's a balance. Like look
yeah,
at Justin Bieber. He said he was very depressed, and a lot of child stars become depressed. But also look what he has now. I'm not I
right.
can't pity.
But
You're all
too,
set.
yeah. Yeah, right now. I mean, I can't pity Justin either. Is it Bieber? That's a perfect example. How about that song? Drake has a song out where Justin Bieber, I don't know if you've seen the music video, but he goes, usually you don't get this big without a beaver face. I don't know if you've ever heard that. It's about Drake. He's like, doctor, people think I'm passing out drugs. No, I'm not a doctor. He says that. And he's like, forgive my singing. You can see why I'm a comedian. But I thought it was a beeper face for months. I'm singing it. And it's like, you usually don't get this big without a beeper face. And I'm thinking a beeper from the 80s.
It's like doo doo. What is a
Yeah.
beeper phase?
I don't know. I was thinking like a beeper, like a regular beeper back in the 80s. Like, I don't know what I was thinking.
That's
But I'm so,
great.
but you can't really enjoy, I don't know if you can enjoy success without enjoying suffering.
Yes, that is so true. Well, I guess the world is going to make me love success because I've suffered enough. I know suffering. I know. Let's go to the opposite of that now.
You ain't lying. Like me, I remember I had this boss. He was still in high school. He would come from his senior year of high school, and he was my boss. He'd be in his baseball uniform and stuff. And to be honest with you, the kid wasn't even that intelligent. Like I'd seen the way he wrote and stuff. But either way,
Right.
it was the boss's son, and
Ugh.
he was my boss, and he was so mean to me. And here I am. I was a grown man, 29. I went home for the summer to make some money, and I was scrubbing floor mats to a car, and he was like, "Scrub that mat, boy,"
Ugh.
as I'm
Oh,
doing it, and
he
that's how he
talked to you
treated
that
me
belittling?
all the time. Yeah,
You see that? Oh my god. That you can't you can't really have leadership skills at that age because his ego, you can't be a solid leader with an ego. So that kid not developed at all. He didn't have to cross the roadblocks to learn lessons to be a good person. And that's
yeah,
terrible. Oh my god. I mean, the sad thing is, it's nepotism. I thought was illegal, but it doesn't. It sure is thriving. I see it all the time. Is
yeah.
nepotism illegal?
I don't know what that means, to be honest with you.
Nepotism, it's that. All right, nepotism is when you hire a family member.
Ah,
Let me Google nepotism meaning. Okay, nepotism. The practice among those with power of favoring relatives or friends, especially by giving them jobs.
well, everybody does that. You know, where I worked,
Yeah,
it wasn't supposed to be allowed because I worked for my dad, and it was great. We got to work together. It was fun,
that's cool.
a lot of fun. You know, I think working for your parent at a job where they're the boss really puts a lot of pressure on the parent that I didn't realize at the time. Like, you know, because I was a screw up, dumb. People are probably like, "What's wrong with your son? Wrecking cars, yelling at people." You know, but now I think back about it, but I had the time of my life, you know. It was fun. We had that little memory at the car wash in Ohio. We'd be working detail. We even got to drive the new cars.
Oh, I'm sure your dad loved it though. Like, that's such a good memory to share.
Yeah, but there was a lot of nepotism there, and it sucks. A lot of companies, when you work somewhere and then the son just takes over, and it's like this person doesn't. There's a kid most of the time, and this happens a lot. I think it hurts the company. Morale's a big thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. Um, it's it's frustrating because it's like it could be a healthier work environment if there was someone with grit who learned and had to come overcome all these obstacles. And it is frustrating that a lot of the jobs, it does go to people who they know and all that. My point is they need to diversify the hiring process, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was a nighttime manager at a car wash, and I kind of did the same thing. I hired most of my friends, but
Right.
I was kind of a bad boss. I had to learn how to do it. How about, but we had a point in time when it was so much fun. I mean, it was like everybody was laughing all day, working somewhere, and you got those people how they gotta make it so bad. The worst is when you gotta stay there, you know, and then you gotta
Oh,
deal with them all the time. You know, oh my God.
oh my god, yeah. Silence is golden. Have you ever had it where like you want to talk
Um,
stuff about people and you're just like you know it's not good and then you just spill and you're like
yes.
oh no, and it feels so good if the other person is vibing too, and then it's like your whole repertoire with that person is just gonna be talking trash the whole time because it's like an agreement like yo it's a safe place, and I feel gross doing that.
Yeah.
I it's the worst bad habit. I don't I think the best thing to do is not say talk bad about people.
It's like the mob, they get some dirt on you so you could do it too.
Right.
Yeah, I do that too. You know, I gotta commend my uncle taught me this lesson once. He's actually my dad taught to me because he told me about it, but they were all talking bad about somebody, and I guess my uncle said, "Wait a second." He's like, "Do you guys think it's cool that we're talking about them when they're not here?"
True.
And I don't know, I always thought that was interesting.
You know, that's true. I mean, have some respect because a lot of times when people talk bad about other people, they're the actual ones in pain. You know what I mean? Like, if someone is talking bad about another person, it's because they're upset and hurting. And it's not even about the other person a lot of times.
Right. Yeah, I do catch myself doing that sometimes. I know somebody that's so negative all the time when I talk to them. I can't imagine how bad they're hurting on the inside. I want to be like, yo, what happened to you?
Right. And then that's kind of the definition of a toxic person is someone who isn't happy with themselves and they just throw all of their pain on the other person. They then feel better. And then you're left carrying all their baggage. You know, it's like, what do I do with this knowledge?
Right. Yeah.
You can't just absorb energy and then like just erase it. It's like you get the energy and then you're wearing it.
Yeah. Yeah. If
But
I'm around,
it's healthy though to let it out. It's being a human is really confusing. Like on one, I think it's totally healthy to rant and be like, this bothers me, I'm upset. And then for the person to kind of help you see the other perspective, like, hey, it's not about you, just you got it. You know what I mean? There's like balancing.
Right.
Like, one, it's bad to talk about other people, but two, it's very, very healthy to rant, let it out, and then you feel better.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, when you're in a stressful situation, you don't mind talking about people. Like if you and some people are moving somebody in and somebody ain't going up no steps or grabbing heavy boxes, I was quick to talk about right in front of them, you know.
Oh,
Like, yeah, yo,
yes.
this dude needs to carry some boxes, you know. I think it all
That's
depends.
assertive right there because he was there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Or
Because,
even
like, you,
behind their back, yo, I'll tell on somebody for that. If it's a labor job, I'll tell on somebody. But if somebody's like sleeping in a car and it don't affect me,
yeah,
but
labor
what we
jobs
gonna?
can be so frustrating if someone's not doing their work and then you're doing all their work for them.
Yeah, like group projects in school.
Yes. Oh my God, I hate group projects. You like group projects?
No, how about those people that try to demand the whole thing? Okay, this is what we doing. Okay, we're gonna do this. We write that, and I'm gonna sit there. That's how it always was.
It's the worst. Yeah, when someone thinks that like their job of assigning stuff is the job, like, no, honey, you're not doing any of the work.
Yeah,
So, as you know, Thanksgiving is coming up. Want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving from the Gape fam. And Dom, are you going home for Thanksgiving?
no, I'll be in New York. My family's worried about coronavirus still, so they're like, I
I
was like, hey,
respect
I get it. Yeah, I get it. I miss them. Yeah, I totally get it. My mother just had surgery,
that. Mhm.
but
When
yeah, I guess I do get it. It is like one of those things. Like, damn, it is a pandemic. I can't be like, oh, I want to see you guys. It's almost been a year since I've seen them.
dang.
Yeah, but every Thanksgiving, my family doesn't really do much, honestly, on Thanksgiving. We used to. I used to do all the Thanksgivings here in New York at the comedy clubs, like the Creek and the Cave. They have the banging
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
so cool. Shout out to Rebecca from the Creek in the Cave because she really put so much work into that. Oh my
Big
God.
time.
I went to one. It was just so delicious and it helped you forget how lonely you were, because you're not with
Mm,
your family. So shout out to Rebecca. It's such a sweet thing she does. Oh my
it
God.
really
She's
is.
in there in the kitchen. Her mom was there and a couple other people making stuff. And oh my God, it's just so much love that goes into that. So shout out to
Yeah,
Rebecca Creek in the Cave. Your
yeah,
kindness to comics always is appreciated.
100%. Yeah, I used to go there just for the popcorn. I remember,
Oh yeah.
we'd be so hungry or whatever. But how about,
And the
yeah, she let
water.
me,
Go
yeah,
there for it's like we'll take just water, like anything.
yeah, 100%. That water's on point.
Yeah. A lot of ice
Just
cubes. I love it.
people just hanging out drinking water all day. Man, I miss it. Yeah, she lent me her van once to do a moving job to help
Wow.
me. I was in a pinch. She found me the work too and everything.
Wow.
There
Oh
was
my
a point in time I was hiding my stuff at the creek in the open mic room. I had my suitcases under the couches. I had nowhere to live.
were your suitcase? I've seen those I've seen was it forest green?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I had a couple of them. I had like three tucked in there.
Oh my God.
And a
What
guitar. I left a guitar there, a drill.
what the heck? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Were they all there by the time you got them?
I just left the guitar there. I was moving in. I think I just left some things there because I didn't care about them or whatever. But it was cool. Yeah. I tried to stay there as late as I could. Let's do another open mic, guys, because I knew when they closed, I got to leave.
Yeah.
I'd have
So
people
wait,
there till 3 in the morning.
so you didn't have a place to crash, or you just had a bad living situation, so you were trying to be out of your apartment as much as possible?
No, actually, yeah, I ended up having a bad living situation that took me out of having an apartment, pretty much. So I had nowhere to go. I had a guy that pretty much was just tearing down his house. He was a psycho. I tell the story online. It's the story about the Bronx. I have it on my YouTube channel, Dom's Details, living in the Bronx. But it's a story that was pretty crazy. So, and I was living like behind week to week, like I was very much living day to day. But so I had nowhere to go, it was kind of crazy. I forked over money to move somewhere else and got screwed. Never pay cash for nothing. I've learned the hard way.
Yeah. Always have, your receipts, have everything in writing and all of that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's
So
too easy.
are you doing anything for Thanksgiving in particular, or are you just gonna keep it a nice low, quiet Thanksgiving at home?
No, honestly, I'm thinking if the comedy club's open, I don't know if they'll be open. I might go do stand up. I've been doing stand up Wednesday through Sunday, but I mean, I know the owner. He'll probably want to be open. I hope anyway. But other than that, I don't know. I thought I was gonna go home, so, and then I'm dating. I have a girlfriend, but I don't know what we'll do. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
On the actual day, probably just hang out at my sister's maybe with the kids. So yeah, I don't know. Well, hey, if you want to do a Gape Thanksgiving thing, let me know. But
Yeah,
I know, it can't be at night, or we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out.
yeah.
Edit that out.
Yeah. I remember Thanksgivings before COVID were so much fun. My Thanksgivings.
Dominic, on Ask Reddit, someone said, "Therapists of Reddit, what was your biggest? I know I'm not supposed to judge you, but holy moment." Um, should we read a few?
Yeah, I get it now. Yeah, so yeah, with some therapists out here judging people.
Therapist here. I get moments like that sometimes, but that by the next session, I've usually reached a place where I'm more ashamed of myself for judging than I am surprised by my client. For example, people with symptoms of borderline personality disorder can really elicit reactions like that for me. One day they might be saying that they really value someone's friendship, and the next they might be ready to cut that person out of their lives completely over a disagreement, or they'll be working on expressing more emotions one day, and the next, I'm never talking about my feelings again. My first reaction is, dude, what? But then I take a step back and remember that this type of behavior is the exact problem they're trying to solve. And there's probably really important experiences. Well, one, yeah, this therapist is pretty judgy. I mean, isn't that life? Like, people they go to their therapist to rant in a safe place. And so one would have those extreme emotions of just pouring out their feelings. Like they don't have to mean them, but they feel, you know what I mean? It's like that's what you're paid for, is to listen to rants. And so that the therapist admitted, like, dude, I feel guilty for judging them, but it's, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, people are allowed to feel one way and then feel another way the next day. That's part of human nature.
Yeah, you have to spend so much time with your therapist, I guess, too. It's like there is something about it. Like you don't just see them once every couple of years, right? You're seeing them once a
Right.
week a lot.
Okay, how about this? On Ask Abby, here, I'm going to share my screen. Dear Abby for uexpress.com, a man uses family gas money to buy birthday party tattoo. Dear Abby, my family just came back from a relative's after a weekend visit. The occasion was a birthday party. He had a tattoo artist come over. My boyfriend, the father of our 14 and 3-year-old, spent our last $100 and went ahead and got himself a tattoo. We aren't rich and we had to borrow money to get gas for home. I think he's the most selfish person. Is there any hope for mankind? What kind of thing is this?
I
Okay,
would say,
what's your opinion on this?
first off, she needs to quit being so dramatic just because she knows one screw up. Doesn't mean all of mankind will do that.
Ooh, that's a
Right.
really great observation. Like it's she catastrophized the thing. She went to black or white thinking.
Yeah, and I'm interested to know what type of tattoo are you gonna get for $100? And the guy's making a house call. He's coming to
Right.
your house.
That is so
And
true.
honestly, didn't they say family? They have kids, right? Well,
Yeah.
if you have kids, they can't even shut off your gas by law. So, they
Wow.
should have just let the gas bill go another month, and and said,
I
hey,
think it was like they were driving home from a party or something. Maybe
oh.
car gas, but still.
So they couldn't get home. Imagine that.
They had to borrow money. Meanwhile, so she's mad because here they had to borrow money after he spent money on a tattoo.
I mean, where are you driving? It's $100 in gas away.
Right. You could have got a Spirit airline ticket cheaper to fly home.
I think New York to Florida is $100 in gas. They better have more than $100 if they plan on going 6 hours away to a party.
Right. I mean, to be fair though, I mean, if they have money issues where $100 can really can really put them in that stress zone over money, they have to work together to figure out how to get out of debt. And maybe he shouldn't have got that tattoo if $100 was a lot to them. So why is he spending his money on a tattoo?
Well, I'll tell you what, I didn't even see the tattoo, but I know he
Right,
shouldn't have
it should
got
show.
it. It was
Yeah,
$100. It can't be that good. Some people are just addicted into spending their money. I know people
they
like
really
that.
are.
Last $40, they'll have to go buy a bunch of ice cream sandwiches. It's like, dude, it's 100 degrees out. What are you doing?
The TikTok algorithm itself is just something crazy. I seen that you could actually gain 10 million followers in 10 days. Somebody
What?
did it. Yeah.
No, that's not true. I tried
It
it.
can't be.
I busted my butt, okay? I put on makeup, I put in my hair extensions, and oh my god, I worked my butt off to make videos. And no, I got like 700 followers after just hard work.
Wow, that's a lot of followers, though.
700?
I think so. Well, look at these people. Some people just go on there and just twerk. One video 10 times, they'll post the same one. 15 seconds of them twerking.
I know.
1 billion views.
I think that is kind of the frustrating part, and it makes me wonder, what is the taste of people these days? Like, is the taste getting worse? Because, I mean, I could work really hard. I could actually like write and plan and film, and that's the thing that doesn't get views. But then I'll like just say a rant, and that's the thing that'll get views.
Right. Yeah, you never know what's going to pop. I busted my butt on a video. I followed the YouTube SEO to the T. I said that what we're talking about, I tagged it. I did the research to see the tags of another popular video. And like, I did everything. Got me like 6 views in a day. And then I ended up taking it down. It's like, it's not my art form. My YouTube channel is finally growing more towards my art form.
Cool. What, like stand-up comedy and stuff?
Yeah, and the sketches and things like that. I had one video that kind of popped, just a spoof I did real quick, real stupid with my phone about making ginger root for your hair. This video gets like 1,000 views a month. And I guess because it followed all the things of YouTube. So I made a part 2 answering the questions.
Can I look? Can I look real quick?
You can, but part 2 I took down. It had no, it had no views.
Let me see here. Guys, please follow our YouTube channels. I'm YouTube /Amy Jans, and Dominic's is Dom's Details, right?
Yep. My favorite.
It pops right up.
That's pretty cool.
Oh my God. You have a lot of followers.
Yeah,
Subscribe.
I'm starting to get the YouTube down.
Whoa. You're doing good. Oh my God. Let's see. So sort by most popular.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so what I had was a barber told me scratch dandruff out of my hair. He's like, you gotta scratch that dead skin out of there. And my hair started getting extremely thin.
Where are you here?
Oh, this is my dad's house.
Aww.
My
Oh, your dad
sister.
has a built-in pool?
Yeah, he put it in.
That's awesome.
My sister came up
Oh,
with the idea.
this is so cool. This is funny. Oh my God. And so is this legit or was this like a satirical thing?
Well, no, it was a legit thing that she found on Pinterest. All the things that ginger root do for your hair, like helping with dandruff, help regrow damaged hair follicles, and all around ginger root just makes your hair great. But people were like, "Hey, does this cure? Like, I'm bald. My father and mother are bald, and I'm bald. It doesn't help for that." It's like, nah. So I made another video kind of explaining like this is for like just to help your hair be healthier. Maybe help damage hair follicles if you scratch or alopecia, maybe.
Mm. And yeah, I saw people you legit really made their day. Like people were saying, hi, what is the update now? Did you experience hair growth? Like people are looking to you for legit advice.
Yeah, and I put up a 2 because I did like you
And
could see it was really thin, like right. I don't know what side. I think this side from scratching, and it grew back. I mean, it'll probably never be as good as it's supposed to, because Amy, the barber, I really trusted him, and I was scratching for about 6 years like that until
ooh.
all my hair was gone pretty much. Then I started worrying about it.
So wait, did they find out like why it was itchy?
I was just scratching off the dandruff. You just gotta take care of your dandruff. You can't
You
be
gotta,
having dandruff.
I'm trying to grow my hair long, and I was just worrying about like conditioner on my ends, but actually I read that it's your scalp that you really have to take care of.
Yeah, you could use an argan oil, but I would
Tea
say,
tree oil.
yeah, drink a lot of water's number one. But honestly, ginger root, Amy, trust me, watch that video and do what I did. It's great for your scalp.
Cool. I'm gonna watch it because it's funny. I just got ginger.
Oh, you're
I
gonna
want to
love
try.
it. Do you have a cheese grater?
Yup.
And you put
Okay.
it in a paper towel and you squeeze the juice out and you put that on your scalp and you're good to go.
Ooh.
You take ginger
Cool.
root in the cheese grater and put a paper towel in the bowl, take the cheese grater and the ginger root, let it all fall in that paper towel, and then squeeze the paper towel into the bowl. You'll see all the juice.
And the juice just comes right out?
Yeah, as long as you use the
Wow.
cheese grater.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Inside. Yeah, a lot of juice will come out. Those things are juicy. And then you put it all up inside here.
Yeah, you got great hair, so it's working.
Yeah, gotta do that.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Follow us on Instagram, and we have our other links, and also we're at GAPE-TV.com. If you guys don't hear from us before, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, have a good Thanksgiving. And yeah, check us out. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. Right? I think that's all of them.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, so check us out. Listen, enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
That's it for the show, folks. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, follow, and leave a good review if you can. We will be grateful for that. Follow us on Instagram at GAPE-TV. Good afternoon, planet Earth.